That's okay. It's Abby. Abby welcoming us to Panama. So that's the line into Panama. What's the river called?
Sixaola.
Sixola.
Sixaola.
Right, okay. So yes, I've arrived in Panama. This is my last country in Central America. Hope you've been enjoying my tour and welcome back. Well, that's it. We're officially in Panama and I'm so glad that my bag's actually inside the van. So it looks like that this is our next mode of transport. Quite a small boat. So now that we've arrived in Panama, we're actually going to get this little boat that I was just showing you across to an island, and I'll put the name of it up here. And we're going to be over there for 3 days, and hopefully we'll get some snorkeling in. So stick around and I might be able to share some footage of that.
Drop off the locals, and then I made arrangements to be dropped off at our hotels.
We've only been here a couple of hours and already we're in another boat. So we're just going across the water from our hotel to a place called Aqua. And I think it has a good bar. I think it has a couple of swimming pools. So let's go and check it out. So that's our hotel back there, and part of the group. And then we're just going, excuse the legs, what's that? $1 USD, which is, by the way, the currency here in Panama. I love it. You don't have to do any calculations, it's just USD. So just had a nice swim at the Aqua, let's call it a resort, I don't think it really is, and going for a little bit of a walk on this island opposite where we're staying. And it's like I'm walking through people's backyards. It's just really weird. There's paths and it's hard to know which way to go, and then you meet a local and they say, oh no, you can't go this way, go that way. So I'm just wandering around. It's a very, very interesting place. Now I don't know really where I'm supposed to be walking. Oh well, I'll keep walking. Someone will tell me if I'm not supposed to be here, I guess. It definitely does feel like I'm in someone's backyard. And I'm not quite sure if I will be able to find my way back to get the boat across to our hotel. Oh well, got a couple of hours. Well, now that I got out of the maze of all those houses, this is actually a really nice walk. It's a lovely area. There's some really cool accommodation places. Not sure how many privately owned places there are, but it's really funky. And it's actually cooled down a bit. So it's quite pleasant going for a walk, unlike an hour ago where I was just like literally dripping. So certainly quite a few different islands in this archipelago. And some of them got some quite big resorts. I can see one over there. And then, then this one island that I'm on now, I'm not quite sure of the name, has got much more, comfy looking places, I guess you'd say. So there is an airport here, apparently. Oh wow, I've come right down the island and it's really different here. So pretty. No one's here. I've come across the island now. And as you can hear, the surf's a long way away. But a beautiful little track. And all I'm seeing is crabs. How cool. And a few birds. And there we are, come across the island. And more residences, accommodation. This one's for sale if you're interested. Bocas del Toro is where I am. So I've gone from those really nice houses to like a shanty town. And these are actually some of the better houses, and it's really great that there's a concrete path, because where I was walking just previously, it was all muddy, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go, as they say, arse over kite. But no, I didn't. And now I've done a whole loop and I'm back onto the path where I started. So that was a really lovely walk around this island, and I'll put the name up at the top somewhere here. So after a couple of oh, sorry. I actually have a job here and I wasn't doing it. It's like, catch the rope. Whoops. So as I was saying, after a couple of kangaroo mojitos, we're jet boating back across to our hotel. An adventure tonight. We're going out in a boat, and this is a luminescent tour, so hopefully we see some luminescent, but our boat's just pulled in. Torch was used to enhance the luminescence. Unfortunately, it didn't pick up very well, but not only did we look down into the water, but we actually went swimming in the luminescence, and you could see it when you're swimming. Trust me, I'm not kidding. So another boat excursion that we went on was to Starfish Beach. The weather had been a bit wet, but luckily it cleared up in the afternoon and we could enjoy this amazing island.
We're right-hand side right now to the end of the sandbar where it reaches the mangrove. All that to the left side of us right now, where the palm trees are, you have about 1.2 kilometer extension of beach.
This is where the pina coladas come from, in the pineapple, aren't they?
So cool.
So cool, so tasty. I've just been eating the pineapple. So now that I've swum with the starfish and been nibbled by the fish, I'm going to have a quick look around the Starfish Beach. It's a beautiful setup. It's just like very few people live on this island, and it's only the indigenous, and they're sort of inland quite a way. So it's a bit of a tourist spot, and today, because of the inclement weather, it's pretty quiet. So perfect time to be here.
Then the next morning, more torrential rain. I did manage to go for a walk around out on the island and up the coast, which was wonderful. Thankfully, I was stopped for a coffee when this started.
So we're off on another boat excursion. Yeah, this is our last full day at Bocas del Toro on the island of Colón. and we're just in the boat and it's just raining again. Everyone's undercover. So many little islands. It's great our captain knows where we're going.
You are right now inside the Marine National Park, or the largest in the Caribbean Ocean waters of Panama, with an extension of about 1,537 hectares, including corals, mangroves, and rainforests. So 3 of the most productive ecosystems in the world lay down here. Olive richly, green, hawksbill, leatherback, and green turtle are the species that actually nest in.
This is the archipelago, and we're staying up here, and we've come through here to here, and then we're going to come down here, and then we're going to go snorkeling in the Sewell Marine Park, and we'll come back up here, hopefully see some sloths and do some snorkeling. That's going to be a pretty good day. And this is going to be our lunch spot, so we've stopped here to check it out and order our lunches.
All the dishes come with rice with coconut milk and coconut oil, and patacones, which you already know how to cook, and salad. Because we have access to show you and talk to you about the education system in Panama.
So we've now stopped into a community. We're going to learn about the history of how this area was settled and meet some of the people. So we've just met Marina. She's a niece of the great-granddaughter of the guy who started this community. So it should be really interesting. So we've got
I'm in Panama.
the phone box here. Yep, he's got a call. It's the
Hi,
boss.
can I get 3 large pizzas, pepperonis?
So there's about 600 people who now live in this community, and they've got their own school. It goes from grade 1 or pre-primary to grade 9, and then they have to go elsewhere and they have to stay in boarding schools. And they have medical facilities come here every 2 months, and they turn the school into a medical complex, basically, right through from orthopedic through to obstetrician, just everything that's needed. So really well supported in the community.
Is the teacher of those grades, but at the same time the principal of the school.
Hola. This is Cecilia showing us how she gets the fibre to make those bags.
Está bien, está bien.
All the way down.
You're right.
I was only just thinking, oh my gosh, it just keeps those so white. How does she do that?
Now. Not anymore.
These cost me 17.5 pizzas.
Oh wow.
In a market in I bought them here, they're from
Well, that was another new experience, and we all had a go. And then there were some little trinkets that we could buy, and it was lovely to put money back into this community.
So they got the water pump here, and the only electricity is with the solar panels.
We can
So
wash
now we're
them,
getting the fibres.
put them in the sun. ¿Cuántos días lo pones al sol, Cecilia?
2 días.
2 days out in the sun, and when it's white, and then she's going to dye them with natural components that they find in the forest, so it has different colors and tones.
So wash it and put it in the sun for 2 days, and then
Yo no tengo fuego, ¿verdad?
Just stopped because
you seen it, or you don't see it in front?
No, we can see it.
So here's the thing, because of the amount of rain,
tree.
it looks like a tube, but in my gut, it's telling me that it's the brown-throated. Folks, can you see it?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, pass them down.
I see two termites. That's actually. Where?
Those two there are
Steve, we're gonna
sloths.
have to move it slowly a little bit forward for you to see it.
They're in there.
But Pedro, you see it?
I
So she can go and scout where the other 7 are. Let's go
7.
grab a margarita, and when she calls me that she spotted them, we'll.
Well, then it was time to head back to the mainland. Now, the port that we were using was actually the Chiquita port. So Chiquita is bananas, and this whole vessel is full of Chiquita bananas in containers. Yeah, and then we arrived in the little village where the port was, and it was time to hit the road again.
Yay, we've got a much bigger bus this time. No squeezy like on the way here.
The worker said, we don't care, we want Social Security, we want better working conditions. What working conditions really what they were fighting for, it's not hours, right? By the amount of money that some workers make a day.
This was a cool lookout to stop at because we could see the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, and it was in a national park that's actually shared by Panama and Costa Rica. So yeah, so pleased we stopped and enjoyed the view.
We're in Boquete now, and it's just so pretty. We just had a meal in this restaurant down here, but I'm going to look at the gardens later, and of course I'll share that with you. Good morning. I'm in Boquete, and I'm going for a bit of a walk just on my own. There's a lookout apparently, and it's very steep, and there's lots of stairs. So hopefully the lookout's worth it.
So yes, the stairs were super steep, and they were still working on them because there was a lot of bad weather and a lot of slips in this area in the last few years. So they've just been working to get everything back up to scratch. And yeah, the views were worth it. And I actually took an extra walk and went down some of the roads, which were really interesting. And then I looped back.
Well, I walked up to the lookout, had a good view, and it was so nice. And it's not hot today. There's a breeze, but it's not cold. So I've decided I'm just going to keep walking. I've worked out a bit of a loop and really easy to follow, quite safe. The roads are fairly wide. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this walk as much as I am. And yeah, taking a lot of still shots because that's all I need to do, right? So I'm using my usual offline maps, so that's organic maps, which I find really useful, and I have mentioned them a few times. It's a free app, and it showed me a little track. So I think I found the right track. Let me show it to you. Hopefully it's not going to be too steep going down. And here's the track. Yeah, we'll see what it's like around the corner. Oh yeah, well definitely a well-defined track, so I think I should be okay. Fingers crossed that there's a bridge across the river. Well, there's supposed to be a track down there, and all there is a digger. I don't think I can get through, so that's a bit of a shame. Not quite sure what's up that road, but there's certainly a lot of development going on. It's a beautiful place. Look at that. Stunning. Well, that's such a shame that I can't get through. I'm going to have to go back the way I came. But, you know, that's not a bad thing. This little track was so nice. And then it just takes me up to the road. And yes, it's going to be all uphill for quite a way. But hey, I've got all day. I'm not in a hurry. So come on, let's go back up the track.
Well, that really was a really cool walk. I actually enjoyed it a lot. Didn't care at all that I actually had to backtrack. Then I relaxed.
So So after my really nice walk this morning, I've had a bit of a break, had a coffee, had a chocolate brownie, and now I've come down to the river. Now, I don't know what this main river in Boquete is called, but I'll put the name up here when I find it out. But it looks like a really nice river to walk along. So come on, let's enjoy it. So a few hours later and I'm still enjoying exploring Boquete. I've come down, there's a park on the opposite side of the river to my last walk, and it's really nice, really well tended, and great views of the hills and the river. It's really nice, and like I mentioned, it's such a beautiful temperature. And I know tomorrow we're heading back down to the coast, so we're going to go into the hot, sticky, humid weather. So I'm certainly enjoying it while I can. So there was massive floods here last year. It was last year, 2025. And lots of landslides, roads severely damaged, water inundation into lots of houses. So they're working really hard to fix all those problems. I love that this truck is just driving up the river.
Well, after that amazing stop for a couple of nights in Boquete, it was time to head off down the Pan American Highway. We were heading south, but we had some more stops on the way. One was really interesting. We actually got to make masks. And we got, you wouldn't believe it, yes, another boat trip, but this one was definitely different from any of the others that I'd been on. We got to see some more wildlife. We got to a really well-known city. So come back because I have one more video of my time in Central America. So thanks for watching till the end. I love that you have. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, follow the channel, and until next time, bye for now.